Many managers are not really expected to be a part of the hiring process, and it's because it's assumed that HR can handle it. But what if your involvement can really be a game changer in building the team that you actually need? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to step into the hiring process with confidence without taking on more than you should. We've simply gotten used to the traditional way of doing things. When there's a job opening in the company, when we need a job description, hiring, onboarding, and everything in between, we tend to reach out to HR. But this approach usually misses one key ingredient, and that's you. It's time for a mindset shift. When managers are involved in the hiring process, the process becomes more aligned, intentional, and ultimately helps you build stronger, high-performing teams and helps you find people that fit in the roles that you're actually looking for. What's the first thing that crosses your mind when you think about the hiring process? We have a job opening in the company, so the first thing that we need is a job description. So immediately we reach out to HR and we need them to write up a job description for us. Exciting. So you've initiated the hiring process to fill for the position that you're looking for. And now HR is busy putting together a job description for you. And I've seen this firsthand. Usually what tends to happen is when HR gets a call for putting a job description together, immediately what they'll do, and this is a traditional way of doing it, they will go into their archives of job postings that they've probably inherited from previous HR managers. They'll look up for the one that you're looking for, maybe do a couple edits on it, and there we go, we post. Another approach that HR usually takes when they want to write up a brand new job description is they will go online and do some research. They will look up competitors with similar job openings, with similar skills and education, and they will take a little bit of that information and write up the job description. And more recently, with the use of AI and the availability of it, I've seen people prompt ChatGPT to write up a job description for them. Now, while all these tools may be useful, you have to understand that they will not be able to capture the perfect picture of the persona that you are looking for, that individual that you envision working with every single day. This is exactly why the manager's involvement is crucial and a game changer in helping build a high-performing team, especially if you're aiming to find standout talent who will thrive in your team's specific environment. A more effective approach starts with a hiring manager. Before any job description is written, take the time to define the persona of the ideal hire. Not just what they'll do, but who they are. Take these for example. What qualities and traits make them a great fit? What values matter most in the team? What skills and experiences would really make them successful here? I'll make it really easy for you. You're not writing a job description as a hiring manager. You're describing the ideal person that you actually imagine and envision working for you. Imagine this, that this person is already hired, they're working on your team and they're doing a brilliant job. That's the person that you're looking for. Once you have that vision in place as a manager, HR can now take that input and shape the job description around it. Now that you are involved as a manager and defining the persona of the person that you are looking for, trust me, there will be no surprises down the line, because you didn't just list out a generic job description with a list of qualifications. You actually defined the personality and the role of the person that you want to work with and be a part of your team on a daily basis. You're presenting a role that speaks directly to the kind of person you know will thrive in your team. It's a small shift in the process, but it can make a big difference in the quality of the new hire and how quickly the right person is found. Now that you've done the groundwork, defined the persona of your ideal hire, and worked with HR to post the job and attract candidates, it's time for the most critical part of the process, the interview. This is where things get real. Here's the key. As a hiring manager, you need to be involved in the interview process. Why? Because at the end of the day, this person will be working with you and your team. You need to know, are they the right fit for the role? Will they be able to click with you and your team on a personal level? Let's break it down. First, think about how this person will integrate with your existing team. Will they align with the team dynamics and values? You can write the perfect job description, but the actual chemistry, only day-to-day collaboration can bring that out. And that's exactly why it's crucial for you to be a part of the interview process, because that can only be determined by you. As a manager, it's crucial to ask yourself, do you see yourself spending time with this person? Can you communicate openly with them? Do they understand your expectations? And do they seem like someone who's going to get how your team works? Here's the thing, your involvement as a manager in the interview process is not just important, it's actually essential, because you are the only one who knows and understands your team's culture, their values, and the different types of communication that keeps things running smoothly in the team. No one else can judge whether a candidate's skills and personalities will truly align with what's needed on a daily basis. This is where you're assessing more than just technical skills. You're getting the opportunity and the chance to evaluate whether this person is a good cultural fit. This is where, as a manager, you get to really see if this person has the right mindset, the right attitude, the adaptability to fit in the specific environment that you have. Are they open to feedback? Do they communicate clearly? Now, by being involved in the interview process, you're saving yourself a ton of time and money down the road. Think about it. Hiring the wrong person can be costly, not just in terms of salary, but in training costs, lost productivity, and the potential cost of having to replace them later. If you hire the right fit from the start, you're minimizing turnover, reducing the need for costly rehires, and ensuring the right person you bring in can contribute to the team's success right away. So in other words, you're investing in long-term success by making the right choice up front. Now that you've successfully hired your new team member, the next big step is onboarding and training. And because you're involved in the initial stages, from defining the ideal candidate to being part of the interview process, you're in great position to set up your new hire for success. You already build a rapport. You know who they are, there's nothing to be surprised by, and you know that they're going to fit right into your team. Now, this is where I want to steer you away from the traditional way of doing things, where we have HR take charge of the onboarding and training process. I want you as a manager to be hands-on and involved in the onboarding process. I want you to make the employee feel comfortable and fit in from day one. This is where you really get to make a big impact as a manager. Check on the employee every couple of hours. See if they have any questions, any clarifications. Take them out for lunch. Get to know them on a personal level. This is where you really can start building that trust and adding to the team alignment. Just know that when you're actively involved in the training process, you create an open door environment. And now your new hire knows that they can approach you with ideas, questions, concerns, without any kind of hesitation. And what this does is it kind of builds confidence that it encourages them to communicate freely, which is crucial for their growth. At the same time, your involvement creates that sense of accountability. The new hire understands that you're invested in their success, and they're more likely to take ownership of their role and to strive to meet expectations because they know you're there to support them, but also to hold them accountable. So here's the bottom line. As a manager, your involvement in the hiring, interviewing, and onboarding process is essential. Otherwise, you will be surprised down the road. Just know that when you are taking charge and getting involved in the hiring process, you're actually guaranteeing alignment with your team's culture and goals from the start. And just remember that by being involved, you're not just filling a position, you're building a team that works together seamlessly. By being hands-on, you save time, money, and effort in the long run, while creating a sense of accountability and trust from day one. So here's my last tip for the day. Don't just wait for things to happen. Shape the process and set your team up for success.